Once upon a time, in a humble village cradled between the hills and the sea, there lived a boy named Theo. He was small, quiet, and often overlooked. Other children mocked him, for he collected pebbles and whispered wishes to the wind. "You'll never be a hero," they laughed. "You speak to stones." But Theo's heart was brave, even if his hands were small. His grandmother often said, "The greatest heroes are those no one expects." One fateful evening, a shadow fell over the land. The moonlight tree, which bloomed silver blossoms once every century, had withered overnight. Without its light, the crops would fail, and the river would sleep. A dark curse had awakened. The king sent his knights, strong and bold, but none returned. A hush of fear fell over the village. That night, while the wind howled and the stars hid, Theo packed his bag, a crust of bread, a flask of rainwater, and one smooth pebble, round and cool. He whispered to it, "Guide me." And so, the boy who spoke to stones began his journey. He crossed the forest of sighing pines, where whispers tried to turn him back. He climbed the ridge where no echo returned. At each step, his pebble glowed faintly, leading the way. At last, he reached the hollow of forgotten things where the moonlight tree stood, twisted and gray, guarded by a creature of smoke and sorrow. The creature hissed, "You are not worthy." Theo stood firm. "I've come not to fight, but to understand." The creature circled him, shadows swirling. "What weapon do you bring?" Theo held up his pebble. "This," the creature sneered, "a stone." "No," Theo said softly, "a promise that even the smallest can carry light." And with that, he placed the pebble at the roots of the dying tree. Light shimmered from it, faint at first, then brighter until the silver blossoms burst forth once more, chasing the darkness away. The creature faded with a sigh, as though it had been waiting to be released. Theo returned to the village, the tree blooming once more in the distance. No longer did they call him foolish. From then on, he was known as the Pebble Prince, not for royal blood, but for the courage to walk a path no one else dared take. And so, the kingdom was saved not by a sword, but by a boy who believed in small things. The end.